Stephen A., how much pressure is on your Knicks tonight?
Immense pressure, Skip, Carrie. If the New York Knicks don't win the night series, they could be on the verge of getting swept. You don't lose 2 games at home in a playoff series and come back that easily. I believe Miami could do it, but I don't think it's going to come to that. I don't think the Knicks could do that against this team. They've got to win the night. They've got to send the right kind of message that this is going to be a hyped series filled with a level of intensity that they can match. And it's just that simple. I expect Carmelo Anthony to have a big game. I expect Mike Woodson to go big. If not starting out the game, at some point he's going to have to capitulate to those circumstances and just acknowledge that this is what I'm going to have to do. It's just what I'm going to have to do. I think you're going to see an Amari Stoudemire back by this weekend, but in terms of tonight, I think it comes down to the New York Knicks really digging in and acknowledging they're just going to have to give an elevated level of effort. Let me also say that the Chicago Bulls, playing the way that they've played over the last several games, further diminishes the excuses that the New York Knicks can throw out there as it pertains to effort. The Chicago Bulls have a 2-hour flight from Chicago to Brooklyn in that first-round series that went 7 games. They finish out Game 7 on Saturday night. They play in Miami last night. You know, another 2-3-hour flight. You look at the New York Knicks, you were playing Boston. That's a 30-minute flight, okay? 30 minutes, all right? The traveling is no excuse. Even though it's intense, the fact of the matter is that you have no reason to be lax in any way, which is what Coach Woodson was accusing them of. He questioned their effort. He said that it wasn't there for the first 3 quarters. We really didn't start playing until we got down. Skip, you pointed that out yesterday in your analysis of their Game 1 loss to the Indiana Pacers. You don't have that excuse now. I believe in the Knicks. I believe they will show up tonight. I believe they have to, and we'll see what happens. But I think that Carmelo Anthony, who has shot worse than 36% from the field in each of the last 4 playoff games, has got to get it going. Because when he isn't flowing, the New York Knicks seem at a loss as to what to do. He's got to step up like the superstar he's capable of being.
Tonight is when it's so hard to me to be a New York Knick playing in New York City. Because, as you well know, because you are a big part of the problem here, the New York media is tough to deal with. And the pressure is exponentially higher in New York than it is anywhere in this country. And it can turn around and work against you with the home crowd tonight. Let's say they get off to a cold start. That crowd, as you know, it can be a negative. It can start to turn against you. It is extremely demanding. It has the highest of standards with not much to show for those high standards for, what, 12, 13 years now? So the point is, this is going to be a tough one. The pressure isn't the same as it was quite last Friday night in Boston when they were in jeopardy of becoming the first team in the history of the NBA to blow a 3-0 lead. But you're right. If they lose this game to that team going back to Indiana, they're done, man, because I'm not sure they can win a game in Indiana.